Cherrygrove City isn't very far away now, so yeah, I'm gonna check out what's inside that tree, but first, let's talk to that guy. He waits for Pokemon who appear only at night. And when I come here at night, does he say that he's looking for Pokemon that only come out during the day? Actually, I don't know what he says. It's been ages since I've played that game. So I picked up another Oran Berry, and I'm gonna look for another random encounter, just the last one before I enter Cherrygrove, since it's just down that road. And it's a Hoppip, so here's some easy experience, and in addition to Crystal, that wasn't there in Gold and Silver, are those little battle dances. Nowadays, people, I think, are rather sick of them because some of them tend to drag on forever, such as, you know, Electrikes in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum. It just opens and closes its mouth a bunch of times, and it takes like 10 seconds, and it accomplishes absolutely nothing. Yeah, so Electrike looks like it's able to chew stuff or something. Wow, I'm really intimidated. But yeah, people are rather sick of those little dances now, but back then, everyone was like, oh wow, the Pokemon actually move! It was really new at the time because it wasn't there in Red, Blue, and Yellow. It wasn't there in Gold and Silver either, so people really did like that bit of movement back then. And they didn't even bring it back in Ruby and Sapphire. It only came back in Emerald after that. And it wasn't in Fire Red and Leaf Green either. Okay, so now this old guy is going to take me on a little tour of Cherrygrove, and he's gonna show me the Pokemart, the Pokemon Center, and what else is there to see in Cherrygrove. I am drawing a blank. This should be the shortest tour ever. Yeah, so he says the Pokemart sells balls, but at this point in the game, well, it doesn't. You can only buy balls once you've gone back to Professor Elm's lab to, you know, because Silver is going to steal his Totodile, so he's asking you to come back as quickly as possible. So once you've done that, then you can buy Pokeballs. And yeah, this is the sea. Yeah, like I really care about. Yeah, this is the sea. When the sea's about the most exciting thing about a town, well, I think it's time to call it quits, you know. And, oh yeah, it's his house. Yeah, because I really care about some old dude's house. That gift better be good. Oh, it's the town map! You know, I didn't pick it up in red because it gobbled up a valuable slot in the bag, and there was no key item pocket back then, so there was nothing I could do about it. So yeah, as I said in my Pokemon Red LP, picking up the town map is a very bad idea because you can't toss it after that. But here, it goes into your Pokegear. It doesn't take any room into your bag, and even if it did go into your bag, which it does in later generations, well, it goes in the key item pocket, so there's no waste of a valuable slot in your main pocket, so to speak. Anyway, on to something else. Apparently, the word verbatim is pronounced, well, verbatim, not verbatim, like I pronounced it in the first video. And I was really surprised when I read about that because it's a Latin word. I didn't expect that sound, the sound A, to pop up like that in a Latin word, especially since it's not pronounced that way in French, of course. And this girl has apparently never seen or even heard of Pokemon Evolution. Come on, it's one of the basics of the game. I can understand never seeing one if you're a novice, but you gotta actually have heard of it. Like she said, I would be shocked if one did that. Well, it's nothing shocking. It's, as I said, it's one of the basics of the game. Yeah, they're finishing the second level up. That means at this point you cannot trade, you cannot battle with friends, and of course you cannot transfer a Pokemon to go to Red, Blue, and Yellow. That only comes, I think, once you meet Bill in Ecruteak City. And that's quite a long ways to go, but it's not like I'm actually gonna use it. But there's one thing that sort of irks me about, you know, this time capsule. does that mean that they've actually mastered time travel in this era, the 3 years that passed since Red, Blue, and Yellow? After all, you can transfer Pokemon through time. But what about humans? Can we go through time? And if so, how come no criminal team? It's always a team with Pokemon. No criminal team has thought of doing evil deeds by traveling through time. And I think that, you know, Dialga's gotta be really pissed that people are messing with the fabric of time like that for their own purposes, you know. But I know it's just a sort of a way to introduce people to backwards compatibility when it comes to trading, but it still doesn't make much sense any way you look at it. Yeah, they're fresh out of Pokeballs. That's exactly what I said earlier on. Now, as you can expect, there's not going to be much variety in the products offered since you can't buy Pokeballs just yet. But now, there's something I wanted to tell you, and that's why I wanted to start this playthrough on a Tuesday. It's because, you know, as you may know, in Gold, Silver, Crystal, there are 7 NPCs scattered around Johto, the day siblings, and they only appear each on their own particular day. And the day sibling that appears on Tuesday is located on Route 29, and that is really early, and that NPC gives you the Pink Bow, which powers up normal moves by 10%. But, as I found out, you can only talk to those NPCs once you've beaten the first gym. So that kinda went into the water, so to speak, so I could forget about that Pink Bow before Faulkner, which is a shame, as Cyndaquil is going to have to do with only tackle all the way until level 12, so no burning those Caterpies. It's going to have to tackle its way through everything until level 12, which is going to be a problem if I get to Faulkner before then, because I would really like to have Ember to be able to deal solid damage to that Pidgeotto of his. But I'll cross that bridge when I get there. There is no point in worrying about it before then, even if it may require a bit of leveling up when I get there. Now, I've already mentioned the day siblings before, but whether it's day, morning, or night, and the day of the week, time plays a huge role in this generation. It has a lot of different effects. For example, Lapras is only found deep in the Union Cave on Fridays, and oh, here's another Oran Berry, and whether it's day, morning, or night will change what Pokemon appear where and when. For example, on Route 30, during the day you've got, well, you've got neither Spinarak nor Lediba. In the morning you got Lediba, and during the night you've got Spinarak. But I think Spinarak and Lediba are version exclusives in Gold and Silver, whereas they are both in Crystal, sorry. So I just picked up another Oran Berry. There's a lot of these Oran Berries nearby. Of course, it's perhaps the lowest end item there is in this game, because, well, it only restores 10 HP, though the said recovery can be automatic if you attach the Oran Berry to the Pokemon, so it is not completely obsoleted by potions. Though I'm not going to attach them on my Cyndaquil because I want to save them for when I really do need them. And by the way, I didn't notice it until someone told me, but I actually got a female Cyndaquil. Having a female version of a starter, there's only a 1 in 8 chance of that occurring, so I got it on my first try. Not that it matters overly much thanks to Ditto breeding, which I'll get into a little bit later. Now, I think that guy at the top of the screen, oh yeah, those guys actually block the path because they're battling. Can't you do that battle just a few feet further up north? You're blocking the path here, that's just dumb. Oh well, I'll just leave it at that for now and visit Mr. Pokemon next time and maybe battle Silver, who knows?